Hello, it's Effy from the internet, from wrestling, from this podcast, Weekend at Effys, and you're listening to a brand new episode where we discuss everything from rock and roll concerts to brainwave alteration to the upcoming film schedule to Boston to Friday the 13th to Detroit Rock City to the Canadian border to Rochester. We have a great time all around, and you're going to enjoy the episode. Like, comment, share, subscribe, rub that spot behind my neck a little bit, and it makes me moan. And tell your friends about us. It's Weekend at Effys. You don't have to like wrestling. We love wrestling, kind of like we love it in concept, but you don't have to like it to enjoy the show. If anything, this episode is me trying to sort of find a dichotomy between the two versions of myself so that I stop getting hit in the face with a chair. And go to weekendateffys.com and you can just start supporting our podcast so that I don't have to sign up for BetterHelp ads that are going to scam the shit out of your credit card. Good luck, folks. I'll play that shit all night. I don't care.
Okay. So I think we do have to come to terms with the fact that we are in a city when it comes to music. They're not lying.
They're not lying. We're in a city.
I've been just combing through the McGee subreddit, looking at everyone else's shows.
Okay.
And no one got that kind of special treatment because we got one song played 4 times.
Yeah, we went to McGee last night. And if you're not into McGee, I can't fucking help you.
You need just like, even if it doesn't seem like it's your kind of music, it's the most infectious shit on the fucking planet.
And once again, before I get into any other details, once again, I watched a room full of the coolest Atlanta hipster socialites go completely Justin Bieber fangirl 2008 nuts by the end of this set. Just like
a perfect blend of like not only demographic, but it was like it was probably a perfect split between like black and white in the room. Yeah. Which you notice it in Atlanta a little bit more where you go, oh yeah, this is like a white people show.
The Orville Peck show didn't have as many black people. Yeah. I'm just going to say it. Like, I love Orville Peck. I think it's great. It was white cigs, if you will. But here's my favorite portion of the group is middle-aged dad in front of us with child who, like, I thought for a second, okay, he isn't having a great time, but then they kept like riffing with each other and he was getting into it. And I almost thought he was trying to make him leave early, but he wasn't. He was getting into the vibes. No one's brushed McGee's hair still.
No.
And McGee, please let me brush that hair.
There was some debate over the size of the guitar.
Yeah,
no one was on my side.
No one was on your side. You thought it was an extra long guitar.
On my side.
We don't think it was an extra long guitar. If anyone from McGee's camp wants to reach out, was McGee playing an extra long guitar? Vindicate Peter here. Vindicate. Please, but in the middle of the set, there's a track, D&M. Mm-hmm. Plays it once. Mm-hmm. Plays it twice. Uh-huh. And then says, I can't tell if it was before the second or the third playing, where he just announced, I'll play that shit all night. I don't care.
Because of the first time he plays it, there was an immediate one more time from the audience. Okay. And he just kind of giggled to himself and was like, okay. And then he plays it again. Right. The energy just like doubles at that point. And then it gets to the end, and I think we might have been joking. We're like, one more time, and then he hits us with,
I'll play that shit all night. I don't care. And like, it was like, I don't want to reveal too much about my evening, but it was like metaphorically like what I want my life to be, which is I'll play that shit all night. I don't care. You want me to jazz up the room? Let's jazz up the room. Yeah. You want me to do some weird gay shit for the paid fans? Fucking bring it on. I will do that shit all night. I do not care. And you got to think how sick it is. You're in a city you don't live in with a band that you just played there. You just played there. And now you're back again. Similar sets. No judgment.
That one new song has come out since?
Yep. Similar sets. Way bigger venue. And just... yeah, these people are really into my song. I'll just keep playing the same song. Yeah. And I remember thinking he's playing Candy. He played it pretty early. And I was like, this was like watching like Bon Jovi in 83. It was like the perfect performance of a pop song. And then played it again at the end just because fuck it. Yeah. You want to do another one? Yeah. Is it a new one? No. It's that one you really wanted to hear again. We're just going to keep playing it.
And then there was the one where he was like, wasn't planning on playing this. And then they did this like completely revamped version of a song on the album where I go, it doesn't even come close
feel like the
to
same.
sound.
Is that? And there was also some like deeply vampiric lighting buildup throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, because
he's
mostly been doing spotlights for this tour, like disco, like very monochrome.
Yeah.
And like 30 minutes into the set, it flips over to red, and there was a very satanic presence.
Yeah,
it was fully. I sold my soul to the devil for rock and roll.
For rock and roll.
And here we are rocking and rolling.
Yeah. And just, anytime, and, Elvis did it, and he has his problems, but in the middle of performing a song, if you go like this, wow! I'm so deeply invested in your art because it means you're so in the groove that you can side note your groove with an expression of guttural force.
Yeah.
And I needed it, and I love it. How many shows do you think you've seen at the Tabernacle? I was braining this last night. Like, it's a lot, right?
It is a lot.
Isn't it crazy how that venue just looks sick for everybody?
Yeah.
Like, there's not a type of artist that doesn't look sick playing in front of the stained glass windows and the giant pipe organ.
Because it doesn't. You're right. Like, I've seen really big theatrical shit. Like, I've seen Ghost there. I've seen Coheed and Cambria when they were like really doing their thing. And then, probably one of the more minimal setups that I've seen at that venue, and it felt big.
Yeah, because it's already really kind of built in.
Yeah.
It's already kind of forged in. Now, we did see this the night after the eclipse. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? How do you think that affected it?
I don't know. We got out of the... I think for him, it's more of an ascendancy kind of thing because he's really, the next project that he has lined up is he's working with Justin Bieber on his return to music.
Is it too late now to say, I'll play that shit all night, I don't care? Sorry, that was a Justin Bieber reference. I had a pretty eventful weekend. I think I'm going to have another eventful weekend ahead of me, and then I have another eventful weekend. You see the pattern I'm getting at? And I needed the mk.gee reminder to remind me to play that shit all night and not fucking care, right? You just gotta, it's time to do the show. It's time to do the dance, and I'm gonna come in reinvigorated. I've had a lot of, interesting matchups lately, and I'm gonna have more interesting matchups going forward. We'll see. We're gonna see how everything pans out. It's going to be good. But let's, we got a wild little few days to cover here.
Yeah.
Including a visit to Boston.
But first we have to do questions.
Well, I want to plot myself. We're going to do questions to open. This has been working tremendously because we end up getting stuff.
Sorry.
We're going to go to Boston. Then we're going to go to Westfield. Then we're going to go to Detroit. Then we're going to go through Canada. Then we're going to go to Rochester. But first we're going to do questions.
Okay. What's up with them dogs?
What's up with them dogs is Bebop is crazy. Lucy's vibing easy. Cranberry's on her new medication for her legs. So she's hopping and skipping around a little bit. The dogs are good. The dogs are great. I've really been itching to bring Bebop with me on a particular trip.
Yeah.
Like this weekend would probably be a very good weekend for it, right? Because we're doing Philly and then Hartford, Connecticut's only a 3-hour drive. And then we are doing a video shoot. I can't go into the details. I'm probably going to get back Monday morning now. There's a video shoot for a thing, pretty big announcement. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I have been told I must remain in the northeastern area for this video shoot for the upcoming Sunday daytime. I don't know. We'll see.
Just somewhere in the northeastern territory.
Well, if I say too much, it'll definitely give it away. Right. It's it gives everything away. Everything is given away. Questions come from our friends who are on the Patreon. So go to weekendateffys.com if you want to find more. And if you really want to know how them dogs are, you can see because we have so much Only Pups content. I don't know. Should we change the name of that, or is that creepy? People aren't like being weird, right?
No.
Like they're not like Googling Only Pups and finding us.
Yeah, we can change.
No, I don't think we don't have to. I mean, they can't like Google us and be like, yeah, I'm looking for hot dogs.
No.
Like, because I don't know how hot a dog is, but like I feel like we've got pretty genuinely attractive dogs. There's nothing real wrong with them. They got good angles.
We could have some like pup play.
Listen, if it'll pay the fucking bills, let's just we'll do boudoir photo shoots and put them in tutus. You know, like at this point, the dogs are doing vaudeville. They're doing burlesque. We're doing a burlesque dog show. You sign up on weekendateffys.com. Bebop is doing full drag, full geish, and we're gonna, you're gonna be able to see him go crazy.
They were insane over the eclipse.
Oh yeah, no, they were nuts over the eclipse. Nuts. That was is that really what the question was asking?
Yeah, what's up with them dogs?
Yeah, they're crazy.
Donovan.
They're nuts. They're nuts and they're great. And Bebop is, he loves having me home. But here's the thing. It's like, when you've got divorced parents and you got to go visit dad, like you can deal with dad for like 3 days. But then you're like, yeah, dude, get your life together. What are you doing? And I feel like he's telling me that sometimes. And that's why today I was like, I'm going to the gym. I'm not dealing with you.
So he will try to put himself to bed the first night that you're gone. And then he just kind of commits to hanging out with us to where he will put himself to bed in my room.
He knows I'm not coming.
Him out. Yeah.
Oh, no. He's too smart.
He's a little cuddle guy, though.
He is a cuddle guy, but he wants you to know what he wants. She's the same way, though. Like, if they've got to let you know something, they're going to let you know. And, I think communicating with the dogs, you learn over time. And it's not a perfect form. But sometimes the communication comes in different forms. Like, we can't have that knit blanket in here anymore.
Yeah. Would you get Neuralink chip if it let you talk to Bebop?
Yeah, day one.
Day one?
I was going to say day one, whether you said talk to Bebop or not. Because, I think, my new Bagu looks so cute. Yours looks so cute. Like, we look stunning on the town. But also, can y'all just scan me? I'm fucking sick of carrying shit around. The fact that I can't think of text messages and then they send, really frustrating in the year 2024. Yeah, I was promised so much more. I should be able to go to Publix and take an apple from the produce section, and while I'm eating it, I scan my wrist, and it knows already. And they're going, think of the freedoms you'll give up with that. I don't think I have no freedoms. I drive in a 3 square mile circle, and I get on the plane. Okay. Maybe I do have a lot of freedoms. I don't know. Some days it feels like we're just riding the wheel, baby. Riding the wheel till it's done. Yeah, I would Neuralink to talk to the dog, for sure. What do you think his voice sounds like? We always said Cranberry's voice sounds like Nicole Kidman. Hi there, I'm Cranberry. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with all of you, but I believe I'm going to go take a nap.
My name's Cranberry. I make movies better.
Because here... they're dogs. What do you think Lucy talks like?
I think she's a southern elegant lady.
Yeah. I think sometimes when she fucks shit up and she wants to be a little demure about it, she's kind of like, so y'all, there's been a little bit of a situation.
Yeah.
And you go, what is it? And she goes, it's nothing you need to worry about. The bake sale's not going right. Bebop, I think, talks like Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci?
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, what do you need? What do you need? Yeah, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with this guy? It's people coming to the door. What are we supposed to do with these people coming to the door? I think that's kind of like Bebop's. He's never been around anyone with that accent, but I just I feel like it's embedded into him. Or do you think he's more like a Tom Selleck?
I think he is either a Joe Pesci or he's an Antonio Banderas.
You think Bebop has an accent like this?
Yeah, but it's not does a put on.
What do you mean?
He's doing an accent.
Oh, we are not supposed to know that he's doing an accent?
I think part of Bebop's personality, if he was a human, is that he's lived in the United States his entire life, but always says that he was born in the wrong country.
Hilaria Baldwin. You know my wife, Hilaria. She's got an accent. Does she now? Yeah, I could see him doing that. And then you're like, Bebop, what do you want for dinner? And he's like, meat. And you're like, what did you want? And he's like, carne asada for me, for Bebop. I think that's what I'll have. I love it. Puss in Boots, Final Wish.
I never saw it.
Last Wish.
I need to watch it. I need to watch that. I need to watch the new Ninja Turtle show.
Oh, yeah. You saw the movie, though, right?
Oh, it was so good.
So good. That's my Trent Reznor impression. Doing all the... I love it. That's beautiful. What a beautiful Puss in Boots that is. You're not supposed to say that Puss in Boots is handsome. He's a digital.
If it's a fake
We got to move away from hot animals.
Yeah.
Sick of it.
Okay.
But Mudang's mom. Never mind.
It's the hippo.
Yeah.
We have Arlen sent in some wonderful Twilight Zone episode recommendations.
Ooh.
Maybe we do like a special watch along for Halloween. Because those things fucking rule.
Yeah, let's do it.
Rule. They're so good.
It's like the Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
I told you about my time machine, right?
Wait. Yeah, maybe?
I don't know. I'd build a time machine at the Tower of Terror.
Right.
Because everybody's been there.
Right.
Everybody's been in that weird room with the TV in it.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in that room.
Yeah.
I used to think, okay, Haunted Mansion, maybe. But some people think the Haunted Mansion's a kid's ride. But it's Tower of Terror. Everybody rides Tower of Terror. And so you go in there, and you got to go back and be like, Bill Clinton, don't abuse that young intern. And he'd be like, I'm still going to do it. And you'd be like, no! You choke him to death right there. Are we going to get a visit?
From Bill Clinton?
Yeah, well, I guess not, because it would have happened back in time.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything, guys. Sorry, losers. But yeah, he should have his fucking... He should be in a celebrity boxing match. That's what I'll say. You should put Bill Clinton in a celebrity boxing match. All right, we're deep now. We're going to watch Twilight Zone. It's going to be lit.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah. I just found out it's inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a faux pas.
I hate when my knowledge of some French is used against me. No.
Okay, and this is our last one from Danny. Thank you, Heather. I hear a lot about A24 films and such. What is a good A24 film?
Green Knight.
Oh my God, that is an... Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Knight fucks.
Green Knight fucks.
First Reformed. I'm going with some lower press.
Green Knight
A24s.
is so good though. You know that director's like regular blank check person to where
you told me about his Forky. He's the Forky boy.
Slipping Forky into.
So where can we pause the screen and see Forky?
It's like on a table somewhere.
Yeah. Hereditary.
I
watch that movie all the time. Some people don't like Hereditary. They're not invited over.
No,
because either you get it or you're a fucking idiot.
I'm up and down on it.
There's too much depth. There's too much confusion of who's pushing whose buttons and what's being done. And the through line gets deeper into the skin the longer you look at it. It's all set up from the start. There's no escape. The Dark Lord Paimon has returned. And Toni Collette's one of Toni Collette's best acting roles since United States of Terror. Did you watch United States of Terror?
No, I didn't.
She had, I think it's called BID, BPD, something.
It was where you used to be multiple personalities.
Yeah,
and now it's
they have
classified
a different
as
name
something
for
differently.
It.
Yeah,
I want to. Maybe it's BID. It's not bipolar depression BPD, but it's something.
It is DID.
DID, dissociative identity disorder, is what United States of Terror Toni Collette had. Doesn't matter. Hereditary rules. Midsommar, pretty heavy shit. A little brighter on this color spectrum.
Enemy. Early Villeneuve.
Really weird Villeneuve.
Really weird.
What's the deal with spiders? What's the deal with spiders? I keep inviting women over, George, and there's spiders.
It's also in the like that weird run of Gyllenhaal films, like when he did that, Prisoners, which would have been after.
Oh yeah, with Dano as the weirdo.
Nightcrawler, like the
Nightcrawler
around
dark
Zodiac
shit.
time too, because he's kind of uninteresting as an actor these days.
Yeah, but he was already interesting.
He was, but he could still. I don't know.
We have to stop holding people to the highest standard all the time.
When he was.
I know.
Young,
Did you see my retweet
beyond.
today? Did you see my Gyllenhaal retweet today?
Maybe. There was a photo I saw of him where it was just like, there's no fucking way that he used to look like that.
Yeah, he's something else. My God. Hold up, I'm pulling it up because it was him talking about. He said, "What did he say? As an actor, I think we all have to get over our same-sex attractions," and it's just the twinkiest version of himself, looking snatched, darling. Looking snatched, darling. I can't find it. It doesn't matter. Nothing's real except for the new Colin Farrell Penguin show, which I'm going to watch tonight. I'm so excited for the Colin Farrell Penguin show. You know, he wore a penis, penguin penis, a penguiness. He touched a Velcro penguin penis.
I guess we'll find out.
It's method. It's method. He has a penguin penis.
Okay, if you want a really weird one, Swiss Army Man, same directors as Everything
Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, which was another A20, like probably their...
And homeboy Andy Hull from Manchester Orchestra did that whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it's nuts.
Yeah.
And Paul Dano's so good, and so is Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe had a weird little run there.
He has really been going for it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I'm very into it.
Did you watch the documentary about the stunt guy who got injured on the Harry Potter set?
No, that's tragic.
It's really tragic and dark, and it's them meeting up and talking about it.
I can't like what was the Riz Ahmed movie where he's losing his hearing?
Sound of Metal.
Yeah, then no, thank you.
Oh, it's so good.
People with artistic talent losing their ability to do anything.
No, wait, you didn't see it?
I can't.
So
I can't.
good.
He looks so hot in it.
He's so hot, and he's drumming, so he's just fully flexed and sweaty, and he's got like the perfect trimmed chest hair. Listen, Riz Ahmed, we're just like, we're not thirsty by any means, but like, please. We're coming in heavy with the energy today.
Okay. Him in Venom, though, is maybe the ugliest anyone has looked on screen.
What was he doing in Venom?
He's the bad guy.
I don't even remember him in Venom.
Because he was memorable in a bad way.
Is I hope he gets paid well.
He needs to look a little scruffy, otherwise it doesn't.
Oh, they like clean coat him?
Yeah,
maybe I remember this. I don't know. I am Venom.
Riz Ahmed Venom. Oh, it's just taking me to mk.gee merch. He's putting out new vinyls.
Oh.
Yeah.
We love vinyls. Ship your vinyls to my home address. It's not my home address. It's a box. The address is in the description of every episode. You can send stuff to us. We just had wonderful gifts from Thaddeus the Witch and Machete Von Kill. Machete Von Kill sending me so many chocolates and treats for the dogs. And let me see this guy. Yeah, I guess he was.
It's
they should.
Good.
Now look him up in the Sound of Metal where he's all wet. When he's just like, when he's got those sticks in his hand. He's got those big sticks in his hand. And he's just beating on it. He's just beating that thing up. Riz Ahmed. Yeah, Sound of Metal fucks. You should watch Sound of Metal. I don't know if it's A24 or not. Is it?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
There's been a lot of them that are A24. None of the PTAs were A24, were they?
I don't think so.
I don't either. Just watch Phantom Thread and shut up.
Uncut Gems if you want to have a fucking heart attack.
Good Time if you want to have a heart attack.
Yeah, Good Time is a better time than Uncut Gems.
I don't know. I can only watch Benny Safdie pretend he's special for so long. before I'm just throwing shit at the screen. You know what I mean?
But he's so good at it.
He's good.
He's a good
Pattinson,
actor.
It's
the courage to look at yourself in the mirror and go, I think I can use myself in a particular way.
Yeah. It's also Pattinson looking like someone you would take home once, but not to your real home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks like someone you were friends with for like a month in high school, and then we're like, this is bad news.
And then you found him again one night out on the town, and he had what you needed. That's what he looks like. So just make sure you check out the upcoming Robert Pattinson film, Mickey 17. It's in theaters in January when a lot of great movies are released, much like Paddington in Peru, the third installment in the series that we are so excited for. We've been looking forward to seeing Paddington's next adventure for a long time.
Paul King's name is pretty far down on the writers list.
What else comes out in January?
Let's see.
There's a big, like, we're getting some good January movies this year. Smile 2 maybe, or maybe it's already out.
I think Smile 2 is coming out like Halloween season. Oh, he looks crazy in that. Holy shit. What did they do to his face?
In what?
Mickey 17.
Yeah, he looks crazy. Because he's probably dying a bunch of times. Like at least 17 times.
You looked up the plot of the book, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah, movies on...
It's going to rule.
It's going to rule.
Excited.
It's going to rule. It's going to be a very different movie from...
Because that is a odd January situation where I think it is entirely political because he set aside the movie and a bunch of other stuff he was working on to go protest working conditions for pop stars and actors in Korea. After someone that was in a movie of his killed himself.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have worked him so hard.
It's insane how they do celebrity over there.
I watched a Vice documentary about K-pop.
It's not great how we do it here, but it's like structured to be insane.
Yeah. There's basically like training camps. It's pretty rough.
Okay, we have Screamboat.
Yeah, that's huge.
Grind.
Is re-release?
Delegator. Oh, Wolfman comes out in January.
So it's going to be sick. I don't know if you guys have seen the Wolfman previews at Hollywood Horror Nights. It's going to be crazy.
And then we have a original musical from the director of The Greatest Showman called Better Man. That's getting dumped. That's fully getting dumped. And then we've got...
I have no comment.
Oh. No, we're still recording. Yeah, we're still recording.
That's my test.
Okay.
That's my test.
And then Paddington in Peru.
Yep.
And then the Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg movie. Topher Grace is also in that, so you know it's going to be a winner because he only picks he's only given the best projects in Hollywood.
He once played Venom in a film. Called Spider-Man 3.
I need the Star Wars cut.
Yeah, why aren't we getting that Topher
the fucking
Grace?
Star Wars cut.
Listen, now that we figured out why you were the odd man out on that 70s show because you were the only non-rape apologist, we would like to find out more about your version of Star Wars.
He was fun in that Black Mirror episode.
Which one was he in?
He basically played Jack Dorsey. Like that was how the character was set up. That's the founder of Twitter.
He's out now. He's out.
A Lucy Liu Julia Fox horror movie called Presence. Mickey 17 and something called Dogman starring Isla Fisher, Stephen Root, and Ricky Gervais. He's
a dog man, you know? Yeah, it sounds like just like the Oscars are all in January. Like all the Oscar
it's
hits.
About a cop dog.
Cop dog. You know we're going to start getting our preview DVDs soon. My preview DVDs that no one else but me watches for the SAG Awards. And I'm hoping that we'll get some early access.
It's going to be weird this year.
You think?
I'm excited. Yeah, because it's a strike year.
Well, I mean, there's still films being made.
There's still, well, I mean, as far as like what is going to be up for awards, I think it's going to just be like
the new
bizarre
28 movie. Is it 28 months later?
28 years, I think.
Years later?
Shot on
iPhone 15. And you know the new Weekend music video? Shot on iPhone 16. Also, my Instagram, some of it shot on iPhone 14. Okay? So just think about what media is, think about the strike, and then just give it to Anatomy of a Fall again.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it... What's the what? There's not even any. I guess it's not the season.
Give it to Snoop.
You think Nosferatu will win?
Everything. I think the movie's gonna roll.
Do you think we're gonna get to see the Coxferatu?
Coxferatu? I hope so. There's a Sarsgaard in it, so there's a pretty likely chance.
I've already seen it. I want to see how they dress it up. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna have Nosferatu cock and Penguin cock to compare by the end of the year.
Yes, we need to see all of the cocks.
Because what was the one he did before Eggers? The other Sarsgaard? The Viking.
Northman.
Yeah. Real horny.
I forgot Eggers was Northman. It is horny, and then they take mushrooms to kill people, and it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So love that. Isn't Anya Taylor-Joy in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a film. I'll tell you about me going to see that movie one day. That was a hell of a day. It was a weird day.
And then he also did The Witch and The Lighthouse. That's pretty much it, right?
The Lighthouse rules.
Lighthouse rules.
And is hilarious. I did rewatch The Witch the other day.
Very funny. I need a new mix on the audio on that. It's fucking impossible to hear.
You just got to really crank it.
You can't. It's too low.
They didn't have microphones back then, Peter. Hey, I'll play that shit all night. I don't care. I'll play that shit all night. Yeah, they didn't have microphones back then, Peter. It's the times of the witch. It's 1600s.
It's just that it's dialogue from back then, so it's already impossible.
Hark, there could be a witch here amongst the trees. Mush the baby.
You know, apparently the goat was just like a real piece of shit.
Yeah, but he
like
also is used to like a certain standard on set. Okay, when I talked with Chim Chim, I'm just kidding. I don't know. This podcast isn't anything about wrestling or wrestling adventures anymore, and I'm completely fine with it. It's totally moved into here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just get the podcast over, and then I'll stop having to follow my head. People will just think we're a podcast from the start and not understand that I was at one point a great vaudevillian stuntman who live performed around the world. You know, the first time I'm ever going to be on regular television
is on a game show.
Is on a game show that airs soon that I filmed for in like June, maybe? Yeah. And so I have this wonderful, illustrious career as a world-traveled journeyman who's done my dance across the globe. And now I finally get my chance on TV. And I'll have you guys know, I don't want to spoil the episode, I did know who Vin Diesel was. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? So it's all been leading to this, all of my hard work. And now I finally get to show the world what I'm made of as a performer. And I'm finally doing it via regular daytime cable show. Game show. Shout out Melissa Peterman. I did have some matches this weekend though, and the first match was on Friday the 13th. Are you familiar with this holiday?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with
I am.
The movie made about Friday the 13th?
I certainly am.
So this guy isn't Jason, right? But he's like a nightmare person with a mask who's unkillable, and his name's Cruel.
Okay.
Not King Cruel. Not the little, that guy's like an elven twink with a bass voice.
Yeah.
You know that one album he has about the moon?
Yes.
I sped that bitch up 8%, and I've never been more satisfied in my life. I sped that whole album up 8%, and it's so good now. It was fine, but it drags. But it's like I had to do some work. But I knew, I was like, nah, it's like 8%. 8% would make this listenable for me. And it did. And then I was like, why don't I like any of the other music? 8%. I got to increase the speed. Okay. It's like, you ever turn down Dolly Parton, take the speed down to a 33 from a 45?
No.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. So if you're a misogynist and you don't like the vocals of a woman, she can sound like a soulful young man if you just put that speed down. I'm just saying, like, if speed affects your way of loving music, just change the speed. I like Dolly's woman voice, but like, I don't know. I haven't listened to the whole discography as a man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. It's like really, it's good. We should listen to it.
Okay.
So I fight this guy Cruel, and he's like 7 feet tall with it's not a Jason mask, but it's like a leather face mask thing. And it did not go well. Shout out Blitzkrieg for bringing me in. Very cool. Very sick. Tried my best. We main evented the show. Now, I wanna make sure I get the band name right, because I've known JJR, and like, here's the thing about the wonders of JJR. JJR plays in this band now and plays saxophone, I think, exclusively in the band. But I've known him for a long time because my friend Jennings used to tour with a bunch of bands with him. And so there was bands on this show and wrestling on this show, and it like was, like a Festivus kind of thing, which was cool. But it's not fun to like all night you're like chilling with your friends, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I have to fight like Jason Voorhees from the swamp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of put up to me in that way. I'm trying to get the name of the band because I'm such a piece of shit that I can't remember. It's a punk rock show, all in one. Keep Flying band. We love it. So shout out Keep Flying. Sorry, I forgot your band name right there. And shout out Jennings, he's touring with other weird things now. But the only content me and Jennings share is like about just like goofy wrestling shit, because he was my first match. Did you know that?
Shit.
One day we'll have to watch that back. There is footage of Jackson Jennings versus Effy Gibbs in August of 2014. And now we're both in different places in our life, and I kind of, maybe have had too many matches. I don't know. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll do that. I'll play that shit all night. I don't care. I'll play that shit all night. I don't care. Let's go. So I flew into Boston because I'm an idiot, and this is actually in Westfield, Massachusetts. But in my head, like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, most parts of Connecticut, I can't imagine it bigger than the Atlanta metro in my head. Like it just seems like a very small area. Turns out it's not. Turns out there's a lot of Massachusetts. So I found my way driving across Massachusetts, getting beat up by this guy on Friday the 13th named Cruel, who's a fucking monster, and then driving back to Boston that night. And afterwards, I got to tell you, the pain had subsided, and I didn't have a fly out until like later the next day, like 3. And Alec Price was on the same flight as me. And I need to describe what happened in Massachusetts with local legend Alec Price to you to understand it for myself, right? So we go to get a vape. I had that. What's the Nightcrawler? Is the gummy worm flavor. So I go to get this vape, and I was like, yo, we have time, whatever. Where do we go? And he's like, we're near my neighborhood. Let's go down here. So we park next to a Dunkin' Donuts, and I get out of the car with Alec Price, and a whole group of older people that are at this Dunkin' Donuts just start yelling out, Alec, oh, we missed you, boy. Oh, and he literally is like their chosen child, I think. And they all start talking to him about his wrestling career and all of this stuff. And they all know who he was. It really was his neighborhood. It was really just like, hop out of the car. Everyone knows who Alec Price is. Go to the vape store. And he was like, we're going to go down. I'm going to show you down to the beach where I bring the honeys. And we go down to this beach that is overlooking the airport, and you can watch the planes take off from the shore.
Oh, fuck.
Needless to say, it was just like I completely went into his world for a second. Like I was fully like, he's like, come look at where I'm famous. And you just walk in and everyone at the Dunkin' Donuts knows you. And the guy at the vape store is being cheeky. And you're chilling at the beach with the planes going off. And you don't have to be in Detroit till 5:30. It was fantastic. We end up getting to Detroit. I fight in Detroit. I duck a flaming elbow. And this is where it gets like a little messy, right? Because after Detroit, I had gotten a hotel room from someone there at the MGM Grand Casino. So I was like, Brett, I'm staying in Detroit tonight. I'm not driving to Rochester or halfway to Rochester or whatever it is. I got a car. I'll get everybody there, but I'm using this hotel. So me and a few select individuals go to this hotel. And the next day we're leaving and we got to get this car. And it saves 2 hours if you just cross from Detroit over Canada to Rochester. It saves 2 hours. So I'm thinking, I don't want to drive 7 hours. I want to drive 5 hours. This is going to save us so much time. And I'm leaving at a time where I'm like, and we have like 2 hours to spare. Like it's all working out. Well, here's what I have in the car. I have myself. I have mk.gee. I have Brooke Havoc. I have Jimmy Lloyd, right? And we're crossing the border, and I don't want to rat on him. I don't want to make him look bad. But I thought mk.gee with the U.S. visa from Japan as a working license going through another country where I'm just going, we're just using your country as a shortcut. Thank you. The American roads are so bad. I'm just going to cross your. He's like, are you stopping anywhere? And I was like, maybe to get a coffee at the Tim Hortons and to refuel, because they call it refueling there. So I had to sound like I was blending in. You know what we call it down here? Getting a little gas. You going to get you some gas? They call it refueling. Refuel. It's time to refuel. So either we get to the border, and I'm not lying, but I'm jazzing. You know, you got to jazz the story up a little bit.
You know, the rest of the world makes fun of us for that, right?
What?
The getting gas.
Yeah, well, learn how to get gas, then, you fucking losers.
Yeah, but everybody, they go, oh, little.
We gonna get us some gas.
They just think you're talking about farting.
I am. The car farts. What do you think happens when you press the gas? I saw Speed Racer. I know how this shit works. So as I'm up at the window, I have everyone's passports open and ready. Jimmy shoves a piece of paper at me and he goes, you're going to need this. I went, there's a whole nother screw in the fucking gear shift now, which is this fucking dirty folded piece of paper that Jimmy has just pulled out of who knows where, that is a letter from the government of Canada telling these people it's okay now. He's allowed to come back in the country. And so now, as I have a young woman who doesn't speak any English, a young woman who's just fully asleep in the back seat, not even cognizant of what's going on here, Jimmy Lloyd and myself, I'm not realizing the most difficult thing to explain is Jimmy Lloyd. Not any of these other things are the problem. And so that added, as you can guess, a little bit of time. We drive through most of Canada, pretty good time. And then we get to the U.S. border and I go, oh, this one's going to be way more fun because they're actually strict about things. I can go to Canada right now and just go, I'm coming to wrestle, do an autograph. And they're like, come on in. It's great. Buy some coffee. But going to America, they pretty much are like, if you're coming back here, you must have fucked up. So what's up? That took a long time to get through that border. Then we sat in traffic after that. We got to the show halfway after like doors were open into the show start time. And I have all this, like I have half the show in my fucking car and I'm pulling up so late. Thank God, like I was main event. We were main event. It's great. But it was all the time I could have saved was not saved at all. And I should have known, like, it's not like, you know, Julie and her husband Ed going through the border to see Niagara Falls. Mm-hmm. We just, you got some splaining to do is the vibe that we give off. Either way, we made it to Rochester in time for the 5 p.m. show that we left Detroit for very early in the morning. Everyone else made it there just fine. They didn't go through Canada. Seemingly, we should have just gone the regular way. But Either way, the Rochester show was sick. I missed the last one, so this was a Rochester debut for me. The last time I was in Rochester, I was touring in a band with Jennings, and was so fucking drunk on Narragansetts. Those 16-ounce Narragansetts for $2. And in Rochester, they have parking lot parties, and there's like fully HD documentary footage of me somewhere, like twerking at a parking lot party, hammered, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And, you know, if that footage ever gets out, you know, I own up to it. Is my ass out? I don't know. Am I on drugs? Possibly. Am I hammered on Narragansetts? Yes, I am. And did I eat a garbage plate while I was back in Rochester? I did not, because I was over it at that point, and I saw my chance to leave in my minivan, and I got the hell out of there, and I moved on with my night. And then I ended up back here, and now I'm here. And now I got to go back to Philly and Connecticut and to the secret video shoot, and that'll be great. And then I go to England for the Big Gay Brunch UK 2. I will be there for 3 days. It will be very fun, I think. Very good. It's such a quick turnaround, though. Saturday show, Sunday show, fly home Monday. I'm not scared. We're going to make magic. I hope to see some of you there in the UK. What's crazy is Manders is like in the UK and Germany at the same time. We're not going to see each other. And then my friend Tom, who you've met him and his wife from Florida, they're over there for a trip to Ireland. So they're like 2 hours from me. And they were both like, God, you know, wish we could meet up while you're there. I was like, listen, guys, listen, everyone. We're in England for 3 days. I'm going home. I live like a few hours from you and you see me all the time. We're good. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. It's sick that we're both traveling the globe and doing things, but like, please don't take a 3-hour train to come see me on a day where I'm already running shows and doing things. You know what I mean? If you heard that, that was Miss Lucy. She's coming to say hello. Goosifer. I don't know. We got a lot of fun coming up. I'll be at LVAC October 5th, and then I'll be at Lucha Libre and Laughs in Denver, October 11th, 12th and 13th. We will be doing the War Games and GCW shows in Atlantic City. And then 20, I don't know. After that, it gets a little blurry. Maybe I know what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. I'm doing something. My calendar's updated on Twitter. Share us, like us, TikTok us, subscribe us. What's the other words? Patron us. Rub our ears when we're tired. You know, give us little forehead kisses. Leave a comment. Send something to my mailbox. Surprise us. Those gifts from Machete Von Kill, fantastic. That pickle flavored taffy from City of the Witch, not so fantastic, but I ate it anyway. I was making people eat it at our house last night, Danny, just so you know. Would you eat some?
No.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good.
I know Bebop enjoyed the wrapper.
He was sniffing and licking the wrapper of the pickle taffy. He has no taste. And sometimes I have no taste either. You know, I ate 3 steaks today and a whole container of sweet potatoes. And the 4th steak, I cooked it without any seasoning so we can cut it up and you can use it as little extra bits. You shouldn't eat that much steak at once. But I was pretty hungry. I'll eat that.